Hi, everybody. I know a lot of you can't make it to my regular craft and copy hour. If you can, it's every second Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific. But if that's at an impossible time for you, I thought for the holidays, let me invite you to a very special craft and copy hour that's recorded. So usually we sit and I look at your copy and I do a craft, but this time I just want to share a holiday craft with you. It's one of my favorite things to do. So forgive me for getting all Martha Stewart up in your business, but how cute is this? So this is the big sort of department store style bow. I did it in two different colors here just because I was demonstrating it for a friend. And if you put two of them together, it's a big bow, right? It's huge. So you can take a little embroidery hoop if you have it and just pop it on there. And all of a sudden, you've got the makings for a wreath. If you take a little bit of floral wire like this, you can wrap any greenery you have around your yard around that wreath, and it looks gorgeous like you ordered it from a catalog. And it's really easy to do. So I'm going to show you how to do this bow just for fun, just as a little holiday present from me to you. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to pick our ribbon, and it's not going to be just any ribbon. Okay, it's going to be wide. This is, I want to say like 2.5 inches. Yeah, it's 2.5 inches. I also have narrower. This is 1.5. So you can see um, there's a pretty big difference. Either one of these is going to work, 1.5 or 2.5, but you want it kind of big. And the other thing that has to be true is you need it wired. These are wired on the edges. There are tiny little wires in there that make it moldable. So, ooh, this is a brand new one. So we're going to take our ribbon, we're going to open it. Whoops. And then we've got all of this. So we're not going to take it off of the spool yet. We're actually just going to make a big old loop around 2 fingers. And we're going to make sure it overlaps right there. And we are going to grip it like we are holding on for dear life on the side of a cliff in a action movie. Okay, we're going to hold it that tight. We're not going to let it go. And I'm just going to rotate this so that loose part is kind of at the top because I don't want that loose part to sneak out, and it will try. So then we're going to twist this. We're going to twist like this until that right side is pointing up again. Okay, I'm going to twist it. And so this becomes the center of our bow. And then we fold it over like that. And I'm going to get it with my thumb right there. And we're going to twist it again. Okay, until that right side is up on the other side. Now, this gets really twisty and wonky, so you're going to have to maneuver that as you go. And we're going to make this kind of bow. Now, you could stop here. It's cute, right? But we're going to take it a little further. We're going to keep twisting, and we're going to make it a little bit bigger. Like here's the first one. We're going to make it a little bit bigger every time we do this. Now, the number of times you do this is as many times as your fingers can stand. Now, my fingers are already getting a little tired because I'm gripping this really tightly. And that's the key to success is gripping it really, really, really tightly. And I'm going to try to do it one more time. Ah, grip strength is good for you. It's like one of those longevity things. Like if your grip strength is really strong, you live forever. Um, I don't know if that's true, but this will do it for you. Okay, so once we've got this much, then we're gonna take either that floral wire that I showed you earlier, which is just on a little spool like that, but it's kind of skinny. It's a little hard to maneuver this. So I like to make it easier on myself and get some of this wired twine. And this is like stiff. This is wired and it's thick. So it's kind of easy to stick in there. I have to loosen it. You should ideally have this prepared in advance, which I always forget to do. Okay, there we go. There we go. So we want a decent amount of this. We want like maybe maybe this much. I think that's maybe a foot. So we want about a foot, which seems like a lot, but it is not. The other thing you're going to need is some wire clippers. It's a little bit of an investment up front. Like you're going to have to go to a craft store or order these things online. But your ability to make cool bows for forever, worth it. In my opinion, totally worth it. Okay, so you can see that this little center thing is already trying to sneak out. So I'm just going to fold that back in. And then I'm going to feed this through my two fingers in this middle loop and all the way around. And then this is actually what anchors the bow on the back side. We're going to feed it through until it's about equal on each side. We're going to pinch it in here. We are going to do it as tightly as we can, and then we are going to twist it and mush it down. Like nothing is going to escape this thing. Because let's see if I can do this so badly. Okay, I really want to just cinch it. I am cinching it in. Okay. In influencer speak, we want a snatched waist. That's the only time you'll ever hear me say that phrase. It works on bows. I don't think it works on humans. Anyhow, so we've got this bow. See, look at that, right? We could already put that on like a little hoop. Okay, that's way too little of a hoop. We could put that on a slightly larger hoop. Boom! And we've got a cute little bow. But we're not going to stop there. First, we're going to make our tail. And you're going to notice we have one tail. And don't bows usually have two tails? Yes, they do. But let's start with this first one. So we're going to do that little fishtail thing, which you do by bending it over on itself and then cutting away from the fold. Boom. Then we have that cute little end. And because it's wired, you can make this really long and impressive, but you can like do that cute little fold thing that looks kind of nice hanging down. Uh, looks really great on packages. And then we're gonna start fluffing. We're gonna fluff the bow. And as a kid, around the holidays with my Martha Stewart aunts, oh, have I not told you about my Martha Stewart aunts? They are forces of nature. And every year we would gather around my grandparents and decorate for Christmas right after Thanksgiving, like the day after Thanksgiving, after everybody had done their shopping. And part of the kids' job was to fluff all of the bows that they had saved over the years. And you got to twist, like, so one is going this way, one is going this way, and you just kind of drag it over to the side to give a fuller effect for the bow. You can see it's already starting to look a little fuller. I'm also starting to lose my center because I didn't tighten it enough. That's okay though, because that's why we're using wired ribbon. We can just mold it into the shape that we want it to be. I take a very Bob Ross approach to my bows. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Look how nice that's looking. Okay, so now we have a pretty decent bow. Looks kind of cute. I want it maybe just like, yeah, I'm still messing with that middle because I'm not 100% happy with it. Um, but it's pretty decent. Now, if you want to, you can do a second bow just like this, and then you put them together, and then you've got that big, full, beautiful bow that would look amazing on a big box, right? That's the big package that is the most exciting thing under the Christmas tree. That's what deserves the double bow. But I like these little single ones because you can put them like sideways on a package. Looks very nice. But let's get that second tail, and that's actually going to be a second piece that we're going to make. So we're going to take about the same length. We're just going to cut it. We're going to take our end piece and we're going to fishtail it. Boop. And then using this wire at the bottom, we're gonna just anchor it in. We're just gonna this is very jerry rigged, and I promise you that that is legitimately how it is done. That's how the magic happens. We just force it. We just mangle it until it works, and that is the secret to most art. There's technique, and then there's just making it work. And hopefully you have both. Okay, so now now we've got this end, we've got this end. I made it a little long. I want this to be equal, so I'm going to cut this again. There we go. Boom. And now we have a cute bow with two little tails. Ta-da! And just for fun, let's put this on our future wreath. And we're going to do that just by using that same wire because I that's why we cut it so long in the back because we want those 6 inches. Okay. Nothing like the spouse interrupting your video. That's what we're here for, folks. Okay. So I'm going to just like anchor this so it works and you don't see the messy back end. And you really won't see the messy back end once I fill this up with some greenery. So there you have it. We've got our beautiful bow. We've got our beautiful wreath that hasn't quite been made yet. This is slipping because I haven't like tightened it enough, but that's how you do it. So, happy holidays, everybody. Thank you for being on my newsletter list. Y'all know you are my business besties, and I look forward to seeing you in January. Bye.